Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of my Minecraft survival series. And I figured in this episode we could start it off with... Dang it, I already have fire protection. We could start it off with some enchanting, because, as you know, I got some books together, I think it was last episode, and tried to get a good... Well, never mind, we're not going to be enchanting any books, we're just going to take this bow, and, wow, that sets me up perfectly for what I want to do next, because I wanted to get a really... Sorry, that's kind of loud. I wanted to get a really good bow before we did something that I've been procrastinating on for a while for two reasons. One of which is a decent reason, the other one is me being a noob. So, I want to set up a nether portal in this episode, and one reason I wasn't doing it yet was because... What? What happened there? I don't know when I missed a slab, but anyways, for two reasons. One of which was because I didn't know where I want to put it, which is a good reason, you know, because we weren't done with all the windows, so I didn't know what was going to be able to see it and from where, so that's not a bad reason. But the other reason was because I am an absolute noob at combat things in Minecraft, and I am absolutely terrified to go to the place that is known to be the most dangerous place in Minecraft. So, I apologize for taking so long to do this, but we will be going to the Nether in this episode. There's no avoiding it at this point, because I really, 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 really want glowstone, so I can make redstone lamps, because all of these torches are making me sick at the moment. So, let's get some slabs so that I can replace the one up top that was missing for some reason. And then we need to decide where to put this portal. And I don't want it to be a normal portal. I'm probably going to put redstone into it, because who doesn't love redstone? So that's the plan. I have a design already laid out that I want to use. The question is still where. And I honestly don't know. I mean, we can put it up against this wall, but I kind of wanted to put like a super smelter or something here. And we have so many windows along the walls that there's not really a great place to put it. I mean, maybe... No, because obsidian will block the window. I don't know, guys. It would be... Oh, I was at the wrong corner. It would be nice to have it on the bottom floor, just because I imagine we'll be going here pretty often, so I want to be able to get to it quickly. We could have it here. To kind of pop out, though. Huh. This is a lot more difficult. Oh, wait! This corner! I like this corner. This could work. Okay. Okay. I will have to... Of course I will. I'm going to have to adjust the design to get it to work on a corner. So I'm going to pop into my redstone testing world and see what I can do with that, and I will be back when I have a design figured out. Alright guys, we are here in the redstone testing world, and this is the design that I am using for this. And the one minor problem is that I could not keep it with the 2-block distance, which means we're going back into the wall, and you'll see what I mean when we pop back into the survival server, that wall being broken is not a good thing. But basically what happens when you press this button, portal turns on, press that button, portal breaks. And it's on both sides, and fortunately the redstone does not connect for either side, so that is a good thing. And yeah, let's pop back over into the survival world and try and build this. We are back in the survival world, and we're going to try our best to get this sorted out without ruining like any of the redstone back there, which actually is probably going to be pretty hard. So let's just get into it. We'll start with the frame, which we're actually going to take into the floor so that we don't have to walk up onto it. And let's see, did I do that right? Yeah. And then we'll take that right the way up. Oh, come on now. Of all the blocks to do that, it had to be obsidian, the one that takes the longest. So there and there. And then we'll do the same up here, and then go across. 1, 2. And it is getting exceptionally, like, dim in that area. Oh, come on. Come on. Let's see. We can swap torches out. And put that back. 1. Do I have enough obsidian? Am I seriously 1 short? Okay, I got that last obsidian that we needed, and we are going to continue this. So put that there, and now what we need to do is get buttons there, and same on the other side. Now what we want to do is set up the top. Did I make dispensers? I did not make dispensers, and I don't think I have any extra bows. Wow. 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 I am sorry for not budgeting, not knowing what I needed for this well enough. So I'm going to go get those dispensers, and then I'm going to double check that I have everything, and then I will be back. I promise we have everything this time. I promise. So let's get the dispensers in place there and there, and oh, let's do there. Oh man, I already put one in the wrong spot. I'm not doing the greatest at building right now, but we're going to keep going anyways. So then what we want to do is set up the power to the first one. So we'll place a redstone torch directly up like that, and then a block above it, which actually needs to be spruce. No, I just said that we had everything. Well, there goes that. So let's do that. And we can probably put the birch back in there. So now that we have that, we can do, oh, come on now. There we go. And we'll want a block right there, and another redstone torch, which should burn out. Yes, okay. So there, that's actually all the redstone that we need for the top one. Now for the bottom, what we will do is we want a block and then a repeater running out of that, set to 1 tick, and that's going to be going into our monostable circuit, which basically just means that we need a, see, I'm actually going to get rid of that for just a second, a piston there and a block on it. What that is going to do is send a very quick 1 tick pulse through, and we want to wire that up so that that pulse goes, oh yeah, here's where things get finicky, is, oh, well, I already broke something. Wow. Man, this is going to be tough, isn't it? Because I actually already think that this, like a piece of redstone going here, is going to mess things up. But let's keep building just in case. Oh, that's definitely going to mess things up. Unless, wait. Wait, no, because that's powering the block. Ah! Oh, no. We'll get back to that. So, actually, I think that does work there. Sorry, guys, I am trying to do 2 things at once now. So, we have the monostable circuit there, which will go into, oh goodness me, it'll go into redstone? Or into another repeater? I think it goes into another repeater, or into redstone, which goes into a repeater set to 2 ticks, which goes into that block, which powers this redstone, which should power that. So there's that. Let me just, perfect. Okay, that is exactly what we wanted to hear. So then we'll just repeat that design on this other side here, and let me just make sure that that still functions. So let's try and use the elevator really quickly before I try and copy the design over. So here we go, moment of truth. Seems pretty functional to me. So I'm going to repeat that design, and then we will have our portals all finished. I just realized I was so concerned with bumping into the redstone over there that I didn't even think about the fact that we couldn't break this wall at all. Welp. I'm going to work around with this and try and see what I can do, and I will get back to you guys. The portal is now completed. What I decided to do was just bring this wall out more so it lines up with this wall here, and then just make a little portal into the wall right here. and I think it looks pretty good. This wall has become incredibly boring, so we're likely going to do something with that soon, but main priority for this episode is getting glowstone. And if you're interested in how this design works, I'll go ahead and explain it really quickly. This button right here activates the portal, and what it will do is there's a redstone torch right there. And when you hit the button, this redstone torch will unpower, which will allow the redstone torch up here to repower. And what that's going to do is power this dispenser very quickly without interfering with any of the redstone down here. Now, this second button activates our water, which breaks the portal, and that button goes into a repeater which powers a block, which is needed for our monostable circuit, which will cause a 1-tick pulse to this redstone dust, which will go into this repeater and power this block, which will power this redstone, which will power this block, which will power this dispenser. And all that is very specific timing, because in the time that this redstone is powered, it will power this dispenser, but this pulse will continue to travel through here, and it will repower the dispenser just quickly enough that the water will not spread, but it will start and break the portal. So I can chuck the water bucket in there, and a flint and steel in there, and as you can see, perfect. So I don't feel like I need to test the flint and steel, because that part's pretty easy. So if we wall this up here, there we go, we should be able to, yes, and perfect. Actually not perfect, because now I have to go to the Nether, which is probably one of my least favorite things because I'm very bad at it. But that aside, I am excited because we get resources that I've wanted for a while that we have been unable to get, and I need to figure out more storage stuff because I've just kind of been putting some stuff in random chests, but I will do that. I will prepare myself for the Nether, and then I will be back. I hate to say it, but I am ready for the Nether, so let's activate this here, and I have all this cobblestone so that we can build an emergency house, or not really a house, but a safety zone, and we also can stack out to places if we need to. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. First spawning in is always the scariest moment, so let's see. We got the achievement, that's always nice. We're loading. Not the scariest first spawn. It looks like we're a lot higher up than I would have wanted. We're also in a pretty enclosed area, which is nice, because that means limited guests. It's pretty dark in here. Okay, but there's glowstone, and that's what we wanted. So I actually might try something here. I'm going to do a lot of resource gathering. There might be a time lapse of it, if I can get my video stuff to work. If not, I'm sorry. Some stuff just does not work right, but I'm going to do that, and I will be back. We are back from the Nether, and it has caused me to do 3 more resource chests, which is awful because now I only have 1 left. And I know I'm going to have to expand this at some point, and now I'm sad. But I'm actually still pretty happy because this is all the quartz that we were able to get, which I am very happy with. I went ahead and gathered up a bunch of netherrack just so that we can make nether brick later, but this is the important one. Boom. Boom. It took forever to find, but eventually I found an area where the ceiling was low enough that I could stack up reasonably without having to, like, fear for my life that a ghast would explode me off the tower. So I'm really, really happy with that, because that means that we can make redstone lamps finally. Ooh, and also, I found a nether fortress. I'm terrified, because I know I'm going to have to go through that at some point, because I want a lot of stuff from there. So that's probably going to happen in an episode soon, just to let you know. But all that being said, I'm very happy with this trip to the Nether, and now I want to make some redstone lamps so that we can get rid of all the ugly torches in this house and get some actual lighting going. So I'm going to make those redstone lamps, and I will be back. Well, crafting all these reminded me how ridiculously expensive redstone lamps are, as it took 4 stacks of redstone for each stack of redstone lamps, which is insane, but we have redstone lamps now, so I'm going to go through, get rid of all the torches, and place all of these down, and as I imagine that would be pretty boring to do on camera, I'm going to do it off camera instead, so I am going to do that, and then I will be back. Well guys, the lights in there are all taken care of now, but they look awful. Like, absolutely awful, so I refuse to show them to you. Instead, what I'm going to do for the last bit of this video is some resource gathering while I talk to you guys about how I pick what goes into a video. We've done a lot of work on the house recently, because that is a huge project. It takes a while, so that just kind of had to happen. But, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do in this game, right? Like, sorry, I need to get to the surface here. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do in this game, especially on this server, because I want to show off all the things that I can do for you guys, so that maybe I can inspire you for your Minecraft stuff. But the problem is that because I have so much stuff, I can only put so much into a video, right? Like, that house project took forever. There's no way I could have done that in a video and then added something else into it as well. So that really kind of sucks, because there's a lot that I want to do, especially early on in the game, that I really can't do in one episode. So yeah, there's a lot that I want to do, is moral of the story. So I'm sorry if episodes seem like I'm not really prioritizing things right, but it's all just because, you know, I want to keep putting videos out quickly, and sometimes I only have time for a certain project, like I can't do something huge. Like, one of the things that I want to do, that is why I'm doing this resource gathering right now, is make this huge, like, farm silo that I think I talked about towards the beginning of the series, that would just have, like, all the farms we would ever need in it, and it would be extremely wide and extremely tall, but I think that'd just be really awesome to build, and I want to use bricks in it, and that's why I'm doing this gathering. But the problem with that is, if I want a building that can contain every farm that I want to make, that's a big building. That is a gigantic building, and that project's going to take forever. I imagine it'll be one episode dedicated to building it alone. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of explain that to you guys, because I know sometimes it seems like I'm not getting much done in episodes, but it does take forever to do some of the stuff in this game, so yeah. Well, I think that is pretty much it for me this episode. Next episode, I think I want to start building that silo, but I'm not for sure on that. And as far as the lights in the house go, I'm probably just going to cover them up with all up with carpet or something, because there's just no way to get it to work right now. There really isn't. So that's my plan for next episode. Granted, all of that is subject to change, and then we'll probably work on the silo for a bit, so forth and so on. But yeah, I think that's all I really have to say. So I'm going to keep getting this clay here, and that is all that I am doing for this episode. So if you liked this episode, be sure to leave a like, and if you really liked it, make sure to subscribe. And please, in the comment section, let me know what you thought of this episode and what you think about my channel in general. And especially what you thought about the time-lapse, because that's the first time I've actually been able to do that in a video, so I'm really excited about that. And yeah, so just be sure to give me feedback if you have any, and that's all from me this time. See you next time.